Hello, everybody. My name is Tito Bort. I am CEO at Alti Sales, and we are on our SDR cold calling training number 2. Today, I have Darian Waite, right, from Pinpoint. Sorry about that.
Correct.
How are
It's
you
all
doing,
good.
man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, man. I'm excited. So just like last time with Hector, this time with Darian, we spent a couple of minutes just trying to understand who am I gonna play the role of, right? And it seems like from what I've learned, I am gonna be either a VP or director of real estate for a what I think you call quick serve, or help me again with the
Quick
definition.
serve restaurant. You can be a restaurant or a retailer.
Restaurant retailer, and the idea is that I'm trying to expand my market. I might have a couple of locations I'm trying to grow, and
Mhm.
that's my current situation. And then of course that was going to bring a lot of challenges, and then Darren's going to call me and try to book me on a meeting. So
Hopefully.
that's as far as we can go in terms of information for now. So I think are we good to get started?
We're good to get started.
Cool. Like we did last time, I don't want to be facing the camera because then that gives you too many clues. So I am gonna squeeze away,
Oh, all
and
right. I like it.
we can do the same. So I'm gonna pick up the phone. Phone
Okay.
is ringing, ring, 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 and I say, "Hello, this is Tom.
Hey, Tom. This is Darian from Pinpoint calling. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How can I help you?"
Good. I sent you over an email roughly 2 days ago. I just wanted to call and see if you had the chance to receive that or not.
No, man, I get 750 emails every day. I can't read them all. Are you a client
Fair enough.
or
No,
a
I'm actually
franchisor?
not. I'm actually looking to help you out. I saw you were looking to expand in Texas with 30 locations. Is that correct?
Yeah, we don't need any help. What is this about?
No worries. My hope here is I could take 2 minutes and see if there might be a mutual fit and opportunity for us to help you out. And if so, oh, I already messed that one up. Is there a rewind button I can press here?
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
sure. Let's start from scratch. And I'm trying to be really hard on you, right? And the reason for that is not to like make you look bad or anything, but to be
yeah,
really really honest with the audience. Like if I
yeah,
were like, oh yeah, you're calling me, you can help me out, fantastic. I'm so excited about somebody calling. Like that never happens. Like I'm
Oh, never.
I'm on cold calling. I listen to maybe 20 or 30 calls a day sometimes,
Yeah,
and all the prospects are assholes, to put it that way, right? Or
yeah,
they're, I don't want to say they're assholes. They're tough, right? They're really tough on people, and they're tough on cold callers. They're not expecting your call. So I'm trying to do the same and give you
hmm
the tips and tricks to overcome the hardest the hardest situations. If we can overcome the hardest situations, then the easy
hmm
ones are by default easy, and then you can book it.
yeah,
So yeah,
fair.
totally. Let's start again. I it's funny. I'm not gonna be able to edit these videos. I just don't have the neither the time nor the technology to do it. So I'm just gonna post it as
All
it is.
right.
So audience, hope you're all good with this. Try number 2. Let's go.
Messed up. Round two. Let's do it.
Let's go. Ring ring ring. Hello, this is Tom.
Hey, Tom. This is Darian from Pinpoint. How are you today?
Good. Are you? How can I help you?
Good. Good. Did I catch you at a bad time?
I'm in the middle of something, but
Okay. I
I
want to
have
be completely.
a.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a couple of minutes. Are you a franchisee or an employee or?
No. So my goal here, I work with Pinpoint, and my goal here is to take a couple minutes out of your time here and be completely. Oh my goodness. I am bombing this one right now.
Okay,
I don't know
I,
why.
I
I
I will
I
make
can
it a
make a
little bit
phone call
easier.
regularly, but I just can't. I can't talk to you, Tito. Oh my
This
goodness,
is
this
funny.
camera.
I'll
It's a
be
camera.
less harsh on you. I'll give you a little bit more space to breathe. I think that'll help us out. It's funny with Hector. I was super tough, but he also works
I've
for.
had
That's
I've
like.
had worse.
Yeah, I'll make it a little bit easier so that we can get further down the call, and then
All right, that
I'll
might
give
help.
you coaching points all over, kind of like all over the place to point you in many different directions, and then what I try to do with my reps, to give you some idea, is only to give them one or
Hmm.
two pieces of feedback a week. Because if I give you 17
Yeah.
things you can do, you're never going to learn. Humans can only
Hmm.
retain certain amount of information. So I'll give you one or two for you to stick with. But then I might pinpoint maybe 10 or 12 things or a million things that the audience can think about. And then, we can follow up in the future and see if those one or two worked out. So I'll
Yeah.
be easier on you this time. Let's try number 3.
I'm gonna do the same thing and not look at the computer. I'm just gonna minimize that screen.
That sounds good. I think it's a
There.
good idea. Just pretend
There.
you're on the phone.
Exactly. I'm just not looking.
Cool. Cold calling again. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, this is Tom.
Hey Tom, this is Darian from Pinpoint. Have I caught you at a bad time?
No, happy to help. Are you a franchisee or an employee or?
No, I'm actually calling because I read an article online that spoke about Shake Shack's expansion plans over the next year to expand roughly 30 locations. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, we are growing quickly. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Toronto. I'm a location analytics. I work for a location analytics software company, and we help validate locations and markets for expansion. Does that sound like something you might find some value in?
Locations and market. Okay, so how do you do that?
Yeah, of course. So what we do is we have sales projection, cannibalization when you open a new store, as well as looking at who your customers are and telling you where they're coming from. Does that sound like something that you do currently?
I mean, we're trying to look into some interesting data for our expansion, right? Things we care about is we
Hmm.
have a very specific target demographic, and we have some assumptions about what markets could be best for us. Specific types of shopping malls, correlations with other
Hmm.
stores, um, different kinds of populations and access to highways and things like that. Trying to attract the right traffic to our stores. So help me understand here. How can you help with that? What type of data do you have?
King, I'm sorry about that. King, I guess I should have stayed at the office. Thank you.
No worries. Let's continue the call. What type of data do you have?
The types of data we have things from competition mapping, demographic variables, and traffic counts, things like that.
Okay,
Are those things you'd
and
have access to currently?
some of them, and then like, can we pull this via API? What type of reports? Do you have a dashboard? How do I look at this and decide where to go? And is this like nationwide? Where are you getting your data from? I have so many questions.
Yeah, of course. That's completely fair. So we've partnered with some of the best data providers out there, Factual, Calibrate, et cetera, that provide us with this data. And we actually integrate this into our own platform, which is easy for you to access within a few clicks.
Okay.
Does that sound like it makes sense?
Uh yeah, somewhat. That's cool.
Okay.
And how much does this cost?
So we have plans that start at $249 a month, but it just depends on what type of coverage you're looking for. If you're looking for a specific state, if you're looking for North America or just the US, as well as the different feature sets you're looking for.
Okay, yeah,
Would
that's
you would you be looking at things such as sales forecasting, cannibalization, or would you just be looking at different demographic variables?
we're early in our expansion, so I don't necessarily know what exactly I'm gonna need. So all data could be interesting. I definitely want to look at this more in depth. I've uh
Sure.
I've seen maybe another 8 sources. So what makes you different from
Mhm.
everybody else?
Yeah, no, of course. So what we hear about Pinpoint is that our customer service is the best in the business currently. The other thing is our data. It's accurate, it's reliable, and it's updated on a regular basis, whereas some of the competitors is fairly stagnant.
Right, but everybody tells me their data is accurate and reliable, and then I never know who to trust because I've had bad experiences, not in this type of data, but I used to buy contact information, and every
Mhm.
company tells me they're accurate and reliable and constantly updated, but they never are. So
Of course, and I
how
can.
yeah.
Yeah, our information is updated on a monthly basis. So that's what we strive for is data accuracy. Our big thing is we're going to be able to tell you where your competition is opening and closing. So for that, we need up-to-date, relevant information.
Okay, and it's
Yeah.
interesting because our competition is different in different markets. So like, how many competitors can you grab? Like, for example, we're a burger company, so like in California, there's In-N-Out, but they're not on anywhere else. On the East Coast, for
Yep.
example.
No, of
So
course.
there's
So with
Wendy's. There's so
Pinpoint,
many. Mhm.
of course, with Pinpoint, you're able to look at any independent, regional, national brands or a single one-off mom and pop shop. So it's very accurate and it covers the whole spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
That sounds cool.
I
I think I'll need this in like 6 months. Why don't we talk then?
Yeah, for sure. And one thing I do want to bring up very quickly is, would you have any customer information currently?
Customer information, so like the demographics or like
Cus-
the specific profile
Customer
we're trying
customer
to.
loyalty.
Customer loyalty
Just
information. We don't necessarily keep track of all that. Is this
okay.
something
Well,
going through
one
the
thing that
POS?
I'll throw out there. Sorry, I cut you off there. My apologies. One thing that I will throw out there is within Pinpoint, we have another partnership that allows us mobile location data. So this tells you the amount of customers that are going to enter a given location, whether this is a candidate location, or you can look at one of your stores to help you better understand who your customers are and where they're coming from.
Okay.
Does that sound like something that might be more pressing currently?
To a certain extent, let's talk in maybe 3 months. I really gotta go. I have no time to chat any further today, but send me an email or send me some information. Happy to look at that.
Of course. And is your email still tom.last@shakeshack.com?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, perfect.
Thank you.
I will do that. Thank you very much, Tito. I mean, Tom.
Bye. Okay.
Oh
Cool.
my goodness, I'm in a shit show right now.
No, that's fine. That's fine. This is what I expect from most people, right? How
Yeah,
much
yeah.
training have you had? Like how long have you been doing this?
So I've been with my company for 6, 7 months, maybe. So the training that I had was pretty much, I don't know, not much. At the beginning, there was a week or two of training, but that was more learning the system. We did kind of this mock call for the interview for the first week or two. And again, great at the interview. Then my boss and I did it again. He's like, Darian, what the hell? You were so good at the interview and now you're just shitting the bed. And then when I call like random prospects, I'll have no problem. I'll be able to talk to them. But again, right now I'm just on the camera. I'm like, oh God, just everything's going out the window.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna
Little
give you
nerves.
some. Yeah, no reason to get nervous. I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks that I think we can focus on soon, and then
Yep.
then I'm gonna try to think about all the things that were going through my head while I should have totally grabbed pen and paper and start taking notes while we were chatting. But anyway,
Yeah.
biggest thing that I'm gonna tell you is you're not closing me. You're not giving me a
Yeah.
call to action. You're not telling me,
Yep.
can we talk tomorrow? Can we talk Tuesday? Can I show you the
Mm-hmm.
platform? Can I felt like during the call I was asking questions, you're asking questions,
Yeah.
but there was
Yeah.
not a lot of like, I didn't know where to take the conversation, and therefore like
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a million things, so I was pushing it away. Um,
Yeah.
Another thing that I would say is the power dynamics, and how you present yourself. So whenever I asked a question, you're like, oh yeah, of course,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of feels like you're giving me the power, right? There's a power
Yeah.
imbalance. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
you're there too much to like be. Sometimes I call this the cute puppy. Like you're like, I'll do whatever. Like you're
Yeah.
just smiling there. I feel like I have more control over you than you have over me. And when you're having a conversation
Mm-hmm.
with a prospect, you almost want to be same level, maybe a little bit
Yeah.
below, sometimes a little bit above. It depends on their personality. But when you're like, oh yeah, of course, like we do X, Y, and Z, and then you would most of the time just
And I'd sit and kind of wait.
shut up and expect me to
Yeah.
take control of the conversation.
Yeah.
So
That was one thing. I did this very briefly earlier today as well with one of my colleagues, and I kind of just found myself in the same spot where I was doing, as you're saying, just saying, okay, we can do X, Y, Z, but then I'm just sitting here, Darren, you're doing the sales call, you're calling them.
right. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird because I can, like I said, when I'm on an actual call, it's just like, okay, I have a reason for calling them. This is the meeting, whatever.
Cool. So
I
let's
don't know
turn
why
it
it's so
around,
different.
actually. I should have turned it around before giving you feedback, but just I had so much in my head that I had to spit out those two at least. Let me turn it
Yeah.
around. I'm going to call you. Now you're director or VP of real estate for Shake Shack or whatever. Yeah, let me move away from the camera. If you want, you can do the same, or you can minimize or whatever.
Yeah.
And now you're going to pick up the phone, and phone is ringing. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello, Darian speaking.
Hello, Darian. This is Michael Bort. I'm calling from Pinpoint, and I was just hoping to speak with you briefly. Do you have 2 minutes?
Yeah, I think I have about that.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll be super brief with you. The reason why I call is that I saw an article online about how Shake Shack's growing pretty rapidly across multiple states. And I was just curious to hear how you're currently finding the data you need to make data-driven decisions about what markets to enter first. Things like the demographic information, the traffic, and different possible locations, and all the other information that would be useful to maximize revenue and traffic to your store.
Yeah, we work with another provider. They give us all that information. We've been partnered with them for quite a few years now, and yeah, we're pretty happy with what we've been seeing so far.
Okay, that's fantastic. What I hear a lot is not all the information is up to date all the time. And the reason I call is that, Pinpoint is specifically good for our reliability and our data accuracy. We're actually partners with 72 different data providers. It's constantly updated, and our API integrations allow us to be faster and more accurate than anybody else. Just curious to hear, who are you currently using?
We're currently using Buxton, so they've been around for a while. They're one of the bigger companies here.
Yeah, of course. I'm very familiar with them. You know, what I hear a lot, we actually just had XYZ restaurant move over from them to us just because we're faster and we're actually a little bit less expensive. Our technology, because it was built in the past couple of years and it gets refreshed, we have a lot of really smart engineers. We're a new, faster moving company. We have better data. So here's what I love to do. From what you're telling me, this definitely sounds relevant. Would you have maybe 20 minutes to look at our platform maybe next week, and we can compare your data to ours and see if we can find more accurate or better information? And then we can go from there, figure out if it's worth doing a trial or testing it out, or just starting using our platform if it really makes a big difference.
I'd be interested to learn more, but the only thing is we're locked into a contract right now. I think we have about 2 years remaining.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You know, that's something I hear all the time. And again, like I said, we're not necessarily saying that we need to start working together tomorrow. There's different ways we can look at this. Like, if the data is so much better and we can prove a gigantic ROI, maybe it makes sense for us to like give you a big discount and you try it out for a month or two, or helping you get out of that contract. You know, sometimes there's termination for convenience or other terms that your legal team might have negotiated. Trust me, like every company I talk to is looking at their data in this way, and they all have contracts. But surprisingly, a lot of them have been able to improve their systems and actually drive a lot more revenue to their company by increasing their data accuracy. So, is 10 a.m. good for you on Tuesday, or you want to look maybe at Wednesday?
Actually, 11 a.m. Tuesday would work great.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I can. I'll squeeze you in here. We're so busy next week, but definitely want to make this a priority for you guys. Seems like an awesome company. I'm dying for you guys to come to my area. So maybe we'll figure out this is a good place. Cool. Hey, before we go, last couple of details. What are the kind of like 2 or 3 most important data points that you want to gather about each city that you're thinking of expanding to?
Probably the competition and what my store will do in sales would be most beneficial.
Okay, fantastic.
Mhm.
Cool. Any other questions before we go, or?
I think I'm all good, Mike.
Cool. Hey, fantastic. Thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it. We'll talk on Tuesday, 11 a.m. then. Have a good day.
All right, talk to you then.
Bye. Cool. You let me book
I'd
you.
say that was a top 1% call right there.
Cool, man. I appreciate that. What did I do that you didn't?
Had a lot more call to actions, asking me specific questions. Actually asked for a meeting. I'd say that was the most important part there. Gave actual statistics. 72 no, not 2%. 72 providers, I think it was. Yeah, just a lot more information was said, I guess.
Yeah, and those are going to be important. You know, like in my previous cold calling training, I talked a little bit more about like the beginning of the call, right? Hey, appreciating the time. I think that's important. That's something you can do as well. But for you, I think there's other areas that are going to be more impactful, as I mentioned, right? One is going to be asking for the time, and then making the prospect feel like you actually have something that's worth it. And you actually have to have it. We don't want to lie right now. I don't know enough about your product that I kind of have to make these things up. If I were, you know, with your company for 2 weeks and they onboard me and I know everything, then I can throw statistics. But you gotta use your resources in a very smart way. So one thing I try to do is say, we have X many providers, or our data is X% more accurate. Again, in the previous training I did, I think I mentioned, you know, the average bounce rate for the industry is 15%. Your current provider has 17. We have a 3% or 4% bounce rate. We're so much better, more accurate, blah blah blah. And then like another thing I tried to do in this call was ask you, what are the data points, even after I got the demo, right? What are the data points you want to see? And here's why I'm asking that. I'm expecting that I'm going to go to my account executive and go and say, hey, John, we just booked this company and they want to see 1, 2, 3 things. Can we make sure that during the demo we talk about those? So I'm not only driving the meeting, I'm trying to further drive revenue for the company, right? The more revenue you bring for the company, the more useful it's going to be. And then close, just hearing them out. What do you use? What do you need? Here's how we can help you. Close, right? So I think that's the most important stuff. I might, for the audience that's watching this, I might add additional comments below or above, somewhere around this video, with additional feedback from the calls, because they were a little bit longer than usual. But yeah, just trying to help, you know, as many people as possible, as much as possible. So that'd be cool. Anything else? You want to try this one more time, or any other thoughts? Was this useful? I don't know. Tell me where your mind's going.
I definitely think it was useful. Lots of areas to improve on, and the feedback was definitely much appreciated. Yeah, as of right now, I think I'm good, just based on the surroundings. Redoing it wouldn't be too fruitful, I feel.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it seems like there's busyness around you. So
unfortunately, yeah.
Cool, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to attend this cold calling training. Pleasure talking to you. I'll stop the recording. We can keep chatting for a little bit. But yeah, thank you for the audience. Just watching the video, being here. Hopefully you got something out of it too. And see you in cold calling camp number 3.